So good afternoon everyone, I am Jordan Karim from Beside Mathematics, and my topic is all about writing a background of the study. And here's our learning objectives for today. At the end of the lesson, the students are expected to define and explain the purpose and significance of writing a background of the study, and to develop a well-organized background of the study following proper research writing guidelines, and to appreciate the importance of a well-written background of the study in contributing to meaningful research. And according to Creswell 2014, a well-written background of the study sets the stage for the research by providing a clear understanding of the problem and its context. Without a strong background, the research may lack direction and clarity. It serves as the groundwork that connects past research to the current study, allowing the researcher to demonstrate the necessity of the investigation. Ayon kay Creswell, he states that well-written background of the study is very crucial in providing us a clear understanding of research problem, and it allows researcher to explain or states the importance or necessity of the study. And what is background of the study? Background of the study is a section in a research paper that provides information about the topic, existing studies, and gaps in research. It explains why the study is necessary and how it contributes to the field. And basically, background of the study provides an overview of the research topic, helping readers understand the context and relevance of the study. And it also prepares readers for the research questions, objectives, and methodologies that follows. And background of the study tells the reader what is your research all about, what others have already discovered about the topic, and what missing or unclear about the existing research, and why our research is important and necessary. It typically starts by introducing the broader research topic, then gradually narrows down to the specific problem or gap in knowledge, highlighting relevant existing research, key theories, and controversies, ultimately leading to the justification for the current study and the research question it aims to answer. So, kapag manggagawa tayo ng background of the study, ini-state natin yung topic natin in a broader bago tayo mag-proceed sa specific. And here are the steps to effectively write a background of the study. Number 1 is identify your audience. Determine the level of expertise of your target audience. Tailor the depth and complexity of your background information accordingly. So when we say tailor the depth and complexity, when we say tailor, we need to adjust or customize something to fit a specific subject or audience. So meaning, dapat alam natin yung level ng expertise ng audience natin para may adjust natin yung kalawakan or yung complexity ng ating topic. Next is understand the research problem. Define the research problem or question your study aims to address. Identify the significance of the problem within the broader context of the field. So sinabi ko nga kanina na kapag manggagawa tayo or susulat tayo ng background of the study, magsisimula muna tayo sa broader context ng ating topic. Then doon na natin ipapahayag kung ano nga ba yung importansya or significance ng ating studies, kung bakit kailangan natin siya pag-aralan. Next is review existing literature. Conduct a thorough literature review to understand what is already known in the area. Summarize key findings, theories, and concepts relevant to your research. Siyempre, kapag bago tayo magsulat ng background of the study, ay dapat nakapag-conduct na tayo ng mga existing literatures na relevant sa ating topic. Siyempre, ay sasummarize natin yung mga findings natin, yung theories and concepts, and para malaman din natin kung ano nga ba yung mga already discovered about the topic or yung gusto nating pag-aralan. Bakit nga ba mahalaga na i-include natin ang existing literature sa ating background of the study? Una, it helps researchers to understand the research topic, its evolution and current state. And reveals areas where existing research is limited or incomplete, and it helps researchers choose appropriate research designs, method, and tools. And it shows researchers' familiarity with the subject matter, and of course, help researchers avoid replicating the existing studies. So yun po yun. Next is include historical data. Integrate historical data if relevant to the research, as current issues often trace back to historical events. So, if necessary, kailangan natin mag-include ng historical data. Lalo na kung may kinalaman siya sa ating topic, para mas ma-define natin ng mas maayos at mas maintindihan natin kung ano nga ba yung context ng ating problema. And number 5 is identify controversies and gaps. Note any controversies or debates within the existing literature. Identify gaps, limitations, or unanswered questions that your research can address. So, right after nating mag-conduct our literature review, syempre, una nating gagawin is identify or alamin kung ano nga ba yung mga gaps and controversies ng ating topic. Syempre, ito yung mga unanswered questions or yung mga hindi pa masyado napapag-aralan or nabibigyan linaw ng mga past researchers na pwede nating pag-aralan at bigyan ng solusyon or i-address. Number 6 is select key components. Choose the most critical elements to include in the background based on their relevance to your research problem. Prioritize information that helps build a strong foundation for your study. So we need to keep it concise and choose the most essential informations that will support our study or our research problem. So dapat marunong tayong maghanap ng mga informations na alam nating makakatulong para mas maging malinaw o mas maintindihan natin yung konteksto ng ating problem. Next is number 7, craft a logical flow. Organize the background information in a logical sequence. Start with general context, move to specific theories and concepts, and then focus on the specific problem. So kapag pag magsusulat tayo ng background of the study, kailangan is naka-ordered siya or naka-arrange siya into broader to specific. Siyempre, dapat i-define muna natin yung problem natin in a broader context. Then, saka tayo natin i-highlight kung ano nga ba yung mga problems or gaps ng ating research, and then yung mga significance ng studies natin, and kung bakit kailangan natin siya pag-aralan in the same way. And the last step is highlight the novelty of your research. Clearly explain the unique aspects or contributions of your study. Emphasize why your research is different from or builds upon existing works. So dito naman, i-state lang natin kung ano nga ba yung kakaiba sa ating research. Kung paano natin i-address or anong gagamitin natin mga instruments, research designs or methodologies para ma-state natin kung ano nga ba yung kakaiba sa ating research. And here is our sample thesis, background of the study, entitled Factors Influencing Academic Motivation of College Students of Leon Ginto Memorial College Incorporated. So ito po ay kinuha ko lang sa ating library. So sa mga nakakompile nating or mga na-publish ng mga thesis. So kung mapapansin natin is define muna siya ng problem in a broader text. So sinabi ko nga kanina na ganun dapat yung logical flow ng ating background of the study. So diyan dinefine niya muna yung motivation, and then sa kanya in-include kung ano nga ba yung mga gaps, limitations, theories, concepts, and significance ng kanyang topic. So kung makikita nyo rin is nag-include din siya dito ng historical data as Maslow's 1943. So napakalayo nung agwat niya. So maituturing natin siyang include historical data. And next, so yan, pinointing out na nila dyan kung bakit kailangan talaga pag-aralan yung research nila. Yan sa pinakanlas. And now for our conclusion, writing a clear, well-structured, and properly cited background of the study enhances the credibility and significance of research. Following best practices ensures that researchers effectively communicate the importance of their study to academic and professional audiences. So napakahalaga talaga na maisulat natin ng tama, detalyado, at maibigay natin kung ano nga ba yung mga hinihingi doon sa ating background of the study para mas maintindihan ng mga babasa or kung sino man yung mag-check ng ating research, no? Dahil doon pa lang sa background of the study, alam na nila kung ano yung unique aspects ng ating research, kung ano talaga yung gusto nating iparating, kung ano yung gusto nating pag-aralan, and yung significance ng ating study. So doon pa lang sa background of the study, alam na agad nung mambabasa kung ano yung gusto nating pag-aralan. And here is our list of references. And that's all for my topic. Thank you very much for listening and have a good day. Thank you po.